Hello everyone. In this video, we are trying to understand what are the different prompt engineering techniques. Okay, so let's go ahead with our reference book, and there are a few prompting techniques mentioned. Okay, so let's understand LLMs are tuned to follow the instructions and are trained on the large amount of data. So they can understand prompt and generate an answer. But LLMs aren't perfect, and the clearer your prompt text, the better is the LLM to predict the next likely text. So, specific techniques that take advantage of how LLMs are trained and how LLMs works with help you get relevant results. So there are few techniques. They are mentioned here in the prompt engineering. Uh, this book, white paper book. We have also asked it from our ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay, let's understand. Um, Shorter thing, sweet and short. Let's start with our Gemini or ChatGPT. So they both have mentioned lots of different techniques. Okay, let's go ahead with the zero. There are main types of prompt techniques which with practical examples. So zero shot prompting, so where you are providing no examples, okay, only the statement is there and only the task mentioned over there. So classify the sentiment of this review. The movie was absolutely terrible and boring. So we are just asking, we are not mentioning how we want the sentiments, what will be the result, how it should provide the result. These things are not mentioned, only the task is mentioned. It's called as a zero prompt. If we are mentioning few examples, like for the and to understand the sentiments, we are providing the review like I love this restaurant, that it's showing that it's a positive review, it's a negative one. So we are providing a few examples, and then we are asking to do our task. So this place exceeds my expectations. So what will be the review for this particular statement? So this is nothing but a few short prompting techniques where we are providing few examples while stating our task, that this is my task and this should be the output. In this way, you have to provide the output. And these are the few examples. Okay. Now, chain of thought. COT, it's specifically known as a COT, then RAG. These are the few techniques. So encouraging step-by-step reasoning by showing the thinking process. So we are providing one examples. There is a question, there is an answer of it, and we are providing the answer in the step-by-step manner. This will be the steps. This will be the chain of thought in which you have to explain or you have to provide the response to us. Then we are asking this is my real question. Now provide the answer to me in the form of a chain of thoughts, okay, in the form of proper steps. So res role based prompting, where you are assigning particular role to the AI. So you're an experienced financial advisor. So we are stating AI that you are a financial advisor now, and if your client is asking this question, what will be your answer and how you will explain or consider what how provide the professional advice, how you will provide the professional advice, and considering risk tolerance and diversification. So we are stating that you are a particular person, play a role of that person, and now think on our question in the from the role of that particular person, and then provide us answer. So this is the role based prompting. Next, template and format specification, where we are providing particular format and where uh, AI have to provide answer in that format only. So analyze the business idea and respond in this form. So like HR people want some kind of a data in a specific format, or a marketing team want their advertisement should be in a specific format. So these are the some examples where we can use this template or format based prompting technique. Constraint based, where we want to provide the what constraints, some rules, some restrictions. Okay, so we are asking to write a blog, but it should have minimum 500 words. Okay, or without mentioning particular words in it, without hurting any uh, sentiments, such kinds of a thing, such kinds of a restrictions we can add, and that is nothing but a prompt, sorry, constraint based prompting. So explain quantum computing in exactly 3 sentences. So this is the condition in a 3 sentence, using the words that a 10-year would understand. So this is the another constraint we have applied, without using the word practical, wave, and probability, because these things they don't understand. So these are the constraints, 3 constraints we have provided to complete the task. Okay. This is the constraint based prompting. Iterative refinement. So we discussed this thing in the previous few videos also. We want some kind of a iteration for the refined answer. Okay, so first prompt, write the product description for the noise cancelling headphones. Then follow up, make it more precise and add technical specification. Then further refinement, now optimize it and SEO and relevant keywords. So we are just extending, or just we are uh, expanding that particular prompt in a different ways, and until we get a proper answer from the AI. Now, negative prompting. So explicitly stating what you don't want the person, what you don't want in the response. So rather than asking AI what you want, you are just mentioning what you don't want. So this is the negative prompting. So explain machine learning to the beginner. We are saying don't use the technical jargon, don't make it longer than 2 paragraphs, don't assume the prior knowledge of statistics or programming. So we normally know what we don't want, right? So this kind of a prompting is a negative prompting. So comparative prompting, asking the comparison alternatives. Okay, so we are comparing 2 versions and 2 languages, and then we want to find out which will be better for our product or project. Okay, we are comparing 2 companies, and then we are deciding which one will be the better for us. Again, in the case we are comparing data of a two human resource, 2 employees, and then we want to find out which will be the better for particular post. So this is comparative prompting. Self correction prompting. So asking AI to review and improve its own response. Okay. So write a cover letter from marketing position for a marketing position, and then review your draft and suggest specific improvement. So we are asking to do the task, and then again we are asking AI only to review the draft. Okay, and suggest some kind of a specific improvement, focusing on making it more compelling and personalized. So we are asking it to write it first, and then we are asking to review and refine it again. So this is the self-correction prompting. So best practices for effective prompting: be specific, detailed, clear, direct, provide context, break the complex into smaller steps, specify the desired tone, style, positive phrasing, test and iterate. So these things we are talking about from lots of videos. So let's go ahead. What exactly the chat GPT suggests us. So zero prompting, we are aware about it. Few short, again, we know about it. Chain of thought, role-based prompting. Chris, okay. So this thing we discussed in previous video also. Let's discuss it again. First of all, if you want to write a prompt, how you will write? We don't remember sometimes, right? So you just have to remember these words: context, role, intent, sorry, parameters, steps, and examples. And accordingly, just provide the answer in front of. Context is this, role is you have to act this, intent will be this particular task you have to perform, what will be the parameter or constraints, steps, how many steps you want, the formatting should be in which format, in which specification you want it, and you are providing few shots or examples. So this is the combination of lots of uh, already discussed techniques for the prompting. So it is considered as it will be the best framework for the prompting. If you don't remember the things what you have to do, and when you have to do which kind of a prompting, you can go ahead with it. Next is few short again, we are combining few short and chain of thought prompting and combination of examples and reasoning steps. So we are providing examples and we are also providing that this should be the steps in which I want the answer. So we are combining these two techniques. Self consist, yeah, this is we have discussed. Now react, reason and act prompting. This is also most popular thing. Ask the method to think and act. So basically, you're asking, you're again mentioning that think on it and then provide the response. Who is the current CEO of a Microsoft? Reason why we want it, that I should recall or search from the for the latest info, and act will be the search online and recall my latest data. So output will be the this. You are providing the task, you are providing why you are performing task, and what will be the action you are providing after it. Okay, so use when combining reasoning with information and retrieval or action. Okay, so when someone is asking the kind of a reasoning behind your action, so in that case, you can go ahead with this prompting. You just have to mention the question, reason, and act. Okay. Now, one more popular prompting is retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so feed external documents context into the prompt. So in this scenario, consider you want to do the analysis based on your employee data in the HR perspective. I'm talking. So what you will do, you have to provide some external data, right? Your data to the prompting, and then you will get to know about it. Like you are attaching the file, folder, or kind of external data or external database, okay, to your prompting. Then at that time it happens. So based on attach company policy PDF, summarize the rules of a remote work. So this kind of a prompting is called as a text prompting. So you when to use, the answer must come from the specific external data. So data is supported, provided by your end. So you're inputting some external data to the prompting to the AI, then at that time it will be the RAG kind of a prompting. Multimodal, give the modal text, image, text plus audio is an input. So there's a different format of the data where we are providing the combination of a format, combination of a data, text or image, text or audio, text or video. So such kind of a prompting is multimodal prompting. So with working with more than one type of input. So if you are working with a more than one type of input, kind of a input data type is different, then at that time it will be a multimodal prompting. You are doing these things, but you don't aware about that this kind of a prompting is named as this. Okay. So instruction and constraint prompting. So combination of instructions and limit. This thing we already discussed. Progressive hint prompting. Feed hints one at a time and guide the model. So we are providing the hints. Okay, is this the answer correct? Can you provide the alternative answer? So we are providing, we are getting the progressive, iterative responses, and we to get it, we are giving the hints to them. So deliberate error checking prompting, ask the model to answer and check its own. Okay, self-correcting. Meta prompting, ask the model how to best answer before actually answering. Okay, so we are asking the AI model to give the best answer for this. So highest probability. We discussed this LLM structure in a previous video, right? So what will be the highest probability answer for this thing? So that is nothing but a meta prompt. So these are the few prompting techniques suggested by the two highly used AI tools. Now let's go ahead with this PDF book, Zero Prompting or General Prompting, Zero Shot or General Prompting we discussed. We are not giving any kind of examples. In that case, it will be a zero. One shot, if we are providing one example, or few shot, we are providing few examples. And then system contextual and role prompting. So this is a little bit role prompting we are aware about. Contextual prompting, we have to provide specific details, background information while we are prompting. System prompting sets the overall context purpose of the language model, and it defines the big picture, what the model should be doing. So we are providing prompting to the model, discussing like translating in a language, and it's kind of a big picture. Okay, overall context and purpose for the language model. Okay, so this is the prompting for the model perspectives. Next is the system prompting. So you can go ahead with these detailed things if you want to. We already shared this PDF. Role prompting, AI should supposed to play a particular role. Next is contextual prompting, where we are providing context, environmental detail to the AI. Like this article would be the evolution of, okay, this is little bit, you have to read it. I do not have that much time, and otherwise the video will be little bit lengthy. Step back prompting. So that step back prompting is a technique for improving the performance by prompting the LLM to first consider the general question related to specific task and then feeding the answer to that general question into the subsequent prompt in a specific task. So it's a step back kind of a prompting. Let's have a look. Let's understand the example of this. Write one paragraph storyline for a new level of first person shooter video game, and that is challenging and engaging. So output will be whatever the AI will give. Okay, so we are providing this and we are mentioning the specification like, okay, that is challenging and engaging. Next, okay, do we have another example? Little bit easy. Based on a popular person shooter action game, what are the 5 functional key settings that contribute to challenging and engaging level storytelling in the first person? Yeah, this is the backstick stepping. Okay, so we asked to do the one thing and then we are asking the reverse question. Okay, what are the 5 basic things, or what are the these? We are not mentioning these things, okay, in a first prompt, but here backstepping and we are asking the question to the AI about that particular prompt or task. Chain of thought we discussed. There will be a sequential step-by-step output and we are specifying that thing. Self consistency, okay, we have to check, we have to give the task and ask the prompt to review it or check it. Next is tree of thoughts. Okay, so it's a chain of thought and tree of thought. It's a format, yes or no format. So basically if else kind of a thing. If yes, no, else, these things. Okay, reason and act. So if you want any detailed kind of explanation, you can go through it. Automatic prompt engineering. So prompt can be complex, wouldn't be nice and nice to automate. So this is not our concern basically. Code prompting, so it is better for the developers, how to provide the codes while prompting. So in a Gemini Studio, there is a separate thing for the developers. Okay, separate environment and settings are available for the, if you are using Gemini Studio for the coding purpose, for the development purpose. So that things are there. So prompts for the coding, prompts for explaining the code, how you are providing the prompt to explain the code. Then prompts for the translating the code. Then prompts for debugging and reviewing the code. These things are here. Go through it once again. Now, what are the best practices? Provide the examples, design with simplicity, be specific about the output, use the instructions over constraints, control the max token length, important thing because you are paying for it, use variables in a prompts, experiment with input format and writing styles. Yes, this thing you will achieve when you practice a lot and lot. Okay, so these are the few things about the techniques in a prompt engineering. Now let's discuss what are the videos I have attached over here. So this is the prompt engineering. It's a 2 to 3 minute kind of a video, one shot, few shot, and zero shot prompting. It's been discussed. If you don't want to go ahead, well and good. These are the 4 method of prompt engineering. Little bit higher level. I understood. I just love this particular video. So I have attached it, go through it. And this particular video, which I am recording right now, that thing also I'm going to attach. So go through it. It is discussing, just a minute, I think it's discussing.
So, Suj, have you looked in your LinkedIn profile?
So RAG, chain of thought, React, and DSP. These 3 or 4 kind of prompting techniques they are discussing, and they are discussing very well. It's a short video again, 12 minutes video. So go through it. So here we done with the first section. Now let's discuss with the references I have already attached. Let's discuss with the assignment. So assignment basically divided into a conceptual section. You have to provide some true false kind of a thing, some ABCD multiple choice question, decision making, read it, scenario 1, scenario 2. You just have to explain your reasoning, what you will do in which scenario. And practical task, you have to write some command prompt, context rich prompt, chain prompt. You can take any example you want, any domain you want. If you are a developer, go through it. Go write the prompt as a developer. If you are HR, marketing, sales, whatever kind of a employee you are, take your domain and create a practical task based on it and submit it in the form of PDF or a Word. So here we done with the first section. Let's see you in the next section, understanding the LLM behavior. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.